Okay, so I'm starting a new project. I had seen Gina Ahrens working in a collage journal that was made with file folders, so I'd asked her how she'd made it, and she told me that it was gifted to her from a friend and that they had used sea lemons binding techniques. And when I went online, I found Shim Dixon had done a duct tape. I don't want to use duct tape. I think I'm going to use the clear packing tape instead to bind it, and I think I'm going to bind it after I've decorated. So what I'm going to work on in this first video is the front folder and the back folder. Now I'm going to use this on my desk at school, so I want to file papers in it. So what I've done to prep is I've taken a regular file folder and I've painted the back and the front just around the edges black. I just thought that helped for continuity. And then the inside completely with black paint. And this one will end up being the front and this one will end up being the back, and then there'll be several other folders combined, and between each folder there'll be an art scene. So that way, once it's all taped together, I can lay it on my desk and I can just stick random papers that end up on my desk that there's just one of. I gotta keep it for a week or two until I need it, and I can just kind of keep those papers in there in one place on my desk, have access to them, but it would still look pretty. So what I'm working on today is I went to the half-price books, and because I don't subscribe to a lot of magazines, so I went and got some nylon and Allure, and I pulled out some Fashion Girls. I didn't find a lot of backgrounds. I should have bought, and I'm going to make a trip back, I should have bought like a National Geographic or a Sierra. I should have bought something with some more scenic stuff. But what I've done is I've gone through my stash and I've pulled scrapbook papers, jelly prints that I just didn't know what to do with, and little ephemeras. I think I want to give all of the girls butterfly wings, just to kind of make it more fanciful. I've got phrases. So since this is the front, it's beyond the surface, and this is the end, that's a wrap. So what I'm going to do is start attaching these with just glue stick and building the layers, and then I'll give it a coat of the decoupage medium. And I think I'll probably come in with some Faber-Castells and color and tint in places here and there, and add some drop shadows with that or the Stabilo pencil. I have some washi tape to use, and that's about it. Like I said, I don't think I want to tape. I think I want to do them all, and since I'm going to use clear tape, then tape all the folders together towards the end. At least that's the plan right now. We'll see. Alright, so the first thing I'm doing is cutting out the opening for the folder of a jelly print, and I'm going to lay that in. I'm going to lay down some washi tape. And then I have a piece of scrapbook paper that I'm using. And I'll trim it. So that gets my base in. This is a piece of black cardstock that I had used my round jelly plate, and I've cut the letters out of a magazine and I'm using a glue stick to put them in. And this is just another little piece of ephemera that I had left over from a project that I didn't use. So what I've done is I've just put a strip of glue down underneath her, kind of down the middle. I'm going to glue down the bottom. I'm kind of leaving the top up so I can stick in the butterfly wings. And then I'm going to come back in and anchor her down with more of the glue stick. Now, this was kind of where my mistake went. The decoupage medium is a little too wet for the magazine. It's fine, and this is what I normally work with the cardstock and the jelly prints and stuff. I don't really have a problem with, I like the wrinkling, but I had a lot of problems with mainly the title buckling, and I'm trying to smooth it out. I'm just going to go with some of the wrinkles, using an old gift card to Starbucks. But I need to cover it so that I can use the Faber-Castell. Right now, I just have heavy gel medium, and I have the liquid, like the Mod Podge or the decoupage. I'm going to add a layer of varnish, and this one is finished, and I'll do a second video that shows the back cover. I am starting the back cover, and so I am going to start this one. I'm going to do a layer of the heavier gel medium spread out with the gift card in hopes that I'll get less wrinkling. So this is just a magazine page that I had torn out to use as a background. It's a bunch of tape from a tape deck. And then I am going to add the same scrapbook paper that I used on the front cover, so there'll be some kind of continuity between the binding when I finally finish it. And I'm using the other half of that circle, and so I'm lining it up. I'm coating the butterfly wings with a little bit of a watered down gel medium so that I can use Faber-Castell markers on them later when they're dry, the pip markers. So I'm going to go back to the glue stick with the magazine parts, and then just use some watered down heavy gel medium. And now I'm going ahead and coloring the butterfly wings. Now I didn't like the way that the marker was moving on these. It didn't really flow as smoothly as it normally does if you use the Mod Podge. And I'm using the coral and the medium flesh for the pink. And then I'm using a little bit of green. I have issues with that marker, but I'm just trying to get a real faint green.
That's the medium flesh I'm putting on first. I'm sorry, that's out of frame a little bit. And then I'm adding the coral. And then I'm coming back in around the edges and here and there with the green again. And I'm going to zoom that camera back out there. I'm going to put the wings on the girl. And now she's ready to be added to the page with the glue stick. And I will say that I got a lot less wrinklage, and I'm watering down some of the heavy gel medium to seal and put a coat on it. And I did get a little bit of wrinklage, but not as much as the first page. She is done. Now I will go in and purchase some soft gel medium, I think, to use to get less wrinkles. I'm going to add a coat of the Deco Arts soft touch varnish over the top of her, and then I'll be moving on to the first double spread. Thanks for watching.